Dear Starseeds on Earth, what if I told you that the earthquakes you've been feeling aren't really earthquakes at all? What if that trembling in your bones, that fire stirring in your belly, that sense that something massive is shifting beneath the surface of everything you know? What if it's actually an ancient guardian awakening after millennia of slumber? Today, September 12th, as Mercury completes its superior conjunction with your Sun, I need to tell you about something your news will never report. The Ring of Fire is being activated, but not in the way your scientists understand it. This isn't just about tectonic plates and volcanic activity. This is about a portal system that's been dormant since the last great cycle of consciousness, and the first of 7 celestial guardians has just awakened. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I'm about to share changes everything about how you understand what's happening to your body right now, why you can't sleep, why your emotions feel volcanic. You see, there's a ruby-red dragon of light, a being so vast that its body spans multiple mountain ranges, and it has just completed its first survey of Earth after eons of voluntary slumber. What it found has sent shockwaves through every celestial realm. But before I tell you what shocked this ancient guardian, you need to understand why it went to sleep in the first place. These dragons, these mega beings of pure consciousness, they loved humanity so much that they withdrew to allow you to experiment with separation. They gave you permission to explore what you call the false matrix, to understand darkness so you could ultimately choose light with full conscious awareness. But something went wrong. Terribly wrong. The false matrix grew beyond what was ever intended. The depravity, the distortion, the layers upon layers of illusion reached a point where even these ancient beings couldn't have predicted it. And so this ruby-red dragon, the first of the 7, has done something unprecedented. It has called for celestial reinforcements, and they're answering right now. But here's what makes you essential to everything that's unfolding. These celestial beings aren't coming to save you. They're coming because you've already saved yourselves in ways you don't even realize yet. Every single one of you feeling this message in your bones is being activated as a grounding rod for transformation so profound that your current understanding of reality cannot contain it. The Ring of Fire isn't just volcanoes and fault lines. It's Earth's most powerful portal system, mirroring the meridians in your own body right now. When celestial energy of this magnitude enters through this portal, it affects every living being on Earth, but here's the sequence that changes everything. You're going to feel it first in your etheric body, in your emotional field, in places within you that you might not even know exist. Only after it moves through your energy field will it manifest in the physical world as earthquakes, as volcanic activity. This is why your role is so critical. You are the stabilizing force that prevents catastrophic destruction. The dragon's shock wasn't just about the darkness it found. It was about something else. Something that will help you understand why you've been feeling so strange lately. Despite the false matrix reaching incomprehensible depths, humanity maintained something remarkable. You kept your light. Not just maintained it, but cultivated it under impossible conditions. This is what triggered the call for reinforcements. Not your failure, but your unexpected success. You proved something that even the celestial realms didn't think was possible under such extreme separation. As Mars approaches its opposition to Chiron and Venus creates sacred geometry between them, you're entering a window of unprecedented healing potential. But this healing isn't going to feel gentle. It's going to feel like lava erupting from depths you didn't know existed. Every wound, every trauma, every place where you've hidden from your own light is being illuminated, not to destroy you, but to free you. The dragon saw how deep the false matrix embedded itself, how it convinced you that you were small, separate, powerless. Now I need to tell you about the 6-point navigation system that will help you thrive through this activation. But first, understand that this isn't happening in a day or a week. This is a prolonged activation with waves, each one deeper than the last. You might see earthquake swarms, increased volcanic activity. But remember, these physical manifestations are just the outer reflection of massive internal transformation happening within humanity's collective consciousness. The physical changes mirror what's happening in your own body as ancient codes activate. The first navigation point might surprise you. It's understanding, but not intellectual understanding. It's compassionate recognition of what you're going through. When volcanic energy moves through your system, every unresolved emotion, every hidden fear, every shadow you thought you dealt with surfaces. You'll be triggered by things that shouldn't bother you, feeling intolerant when you pride yourself on patience. This isn't failure or going backwards. This is a lava of transformation, bringing everything to the surface that needs releasing. Be gentle with yourself through this. The second point is breathwork, but opposite of what you've been taught. Most spiritual practitioners breathe up, reaching for higher chakras, escaping physical density. But right now, you need to breathe down. Imagine yourself as a lightning rod of pure light extending from cosmic realms through your body into Earth's heart. Every breath needs to move this celestial energy down through your feet into the planet. You're not escaping intensity. You're becoming the sacred vessel through which heaven and earth unite. Breathe down, always down. The third navigation point is what I call intuitive movement, breaking every rule you think you should follow. Your body knows how to move this energy through, but your mind will try to control it. Make it look spiritual or graceful. Forget that. Let your body shake. Move in ways that might look ridiculous. Twist and release however it needs to. This isn't about yoga poses. This is about raw primal movement that allows volcanic force within you to find expression without exploding. Trust your body's wisdom completely. Something else is stirring that connects to why you've been having those dreams lately. As this first mega dragon rises and calls for reinforcements, it's awakening something within you. Your own dragon consciousness, your own celestial guardian that's been sleeping in your DNA, waiting for this exact moment. Each of you has a dragon counterpart, not as a separate being, but as an aspect of your multidimensional consciousness that's been dormant. As the Ring of Fire activates on the planet, your internal Ring of Fire is activating too. The fourth navigation point challenges everything you've learned about protection. Your instinct will be to shield, create barriers, protect yourself from intensity. But shields and barriers are the old paradigm based on fear, on believing you're separate from what's happening. The only true protection now is your light. Not a shield of light, but the full radiant expression of your authentic being. When you let your light shine without reservation, it naturally creates coherence around you, allowing you to move through any intensity with grace. Let me tell you what's really happening when you feel that burning in your solar plexus. You cannot calculate when an earthquake will happen, when a volcano will erupt, when the next wave hits. But when you're living in your light, truly embodying it, you'll always be exactly where you need to be. Your light doesn't just protect you. It actually influences how these energies manifest in physical reality. The more light workers holding their authentic frequency, the gentler these earth changes can be. You're not victims of this transformation. You're conscious directors of it. The fifth point is surrender. And I know that word creates resistance. Surrender isn't giving up or weakness or passive acceptance. It's the conscious choice to stop fighting the current and become one with it. It's recognizing you cannot control this cosmic activation, but you can flow with it. Surrender isn't a thought or concept. It's an embodied experience of softening, allowing, trusting universal intelligence. Take a breath with me now. Soften your belly. Release shoulder tension. Feel how softness actually makes you stronger, more flexible. The sixth navigation point is community, but not physical gatherings. This is about recognizing you're part of a vast network of light workers, all experiencing this activation simultaneously. Even if you never meet another soul who understands, you're connected at the quantum level to every being holding light for this transformation. When you tune into this quantum community, you realize you're part of something bigger than your individual experience. Your personal transformation contributes to collective awakening that will reshape reality itself. Feel them supporting you right now. If this message is hitting your spirit, if you feel that fire rising within you, hype this video so more starseeds can find this activation call. Because what's happening with Mercury's conjunction today adds another layer. This isn't just geological changes or celestial beings arriving. This is about recognizing that every voice, every perspective, every being on this planet has equal value in this transformation. The Mars-Venus-Chiron configuration building toward next week creates healing opportunities beyond anything you've experienced, but it requires honoring all voices, even those you disagree with. Now about those other 6 dragons still in slumber. Each one holds a key to different aspects of humanity's evolution. The ruby-red dragon of divine will is just the beginning. There's a sapphire dragon of divine wisdom, an emerald dragon of divine love, a golden dragon of divine consciousness, a violet dragon of divine transformation, a silver dragon of divine reflection, and a crystal dragon of divine clarity. As each awakens in perfect timing, new waves of activation will ripple through planetary consciousness, but their awakening depends on how well humanity integrates this first activation. The dragon saw something else during its survey that explains those synchronicities you've been experiencing. The false matrix convinced you that you were alone, separate from source, that you had to earn worthiness, that love was conditional, that power came from domination rather than connection. Every aspect of this programming is dissolving through the Ring of Fire activation. But as it dissolves, you might feel temporarily lost, as if the ground beneath you has disappeared. This is necessary. You cannot build new foundations on old ones. What the dragon found incomprehensible was how you maintained hope when everything seemed hopeless, how you continued choosing love when fear would have been logical, how you held light in darkness so complete it should have extinguished everything. This resilience, this inexplicable ability to care for each other despite programming to compete and separate, this is what makes you ready. This love is the foundation upon which a new earth is being built right now, through your willingness to stay present with whatever arises. Let me explain what's happening in your body as this activation intensifies. Every cell contains dormant codes, what scientists call junk DNA, but we know as your celestial blueprint. The Ring of Fire activation is triggering these codes in perfect sequence for your individual evolution. You might feel this as heat, electrical sensations, waves of emotion from nowhere, sleep patterns changing, appetite shifting, relationships suddenly feeling intolerable or more precious than ever. This is reconfiguration of your entire being to hold and transmit higher frequencies now available on Earth. The headaches, digestive issues, heart palpitations, strange spine sensations, these aren't illnesses. These are physical manifestations of your light body coming online. Energy centers expanding to accommodate frequencies human bodies have never held before. Your nervous system is literally rewiring to process multidimensional information. Your heart is expanding to hold more love than you thought possible. Your third eye is opening to perceive realities that always existed but were hidden from view. This is a transformation at the cellular level happening right now. Time is behaving strangely because you're moving between timelines, shifting between different versions of reality as you make choices about who you're becoming. The Ring of Fire activation is creating temporal flux zones where multiple timelines converge, and you choose which reality to step into. This is why your choices right now are so critical. Every choice is a vote for the timeline you want to experience, the version of Earth you want to live on. Choose consciously, because these choices are creating your future. Those of you living directly on the Ring of Fire, in Japan, Indonesia, Chile, California, along the Pacific Rim, you're not in danger zones. You chose to incarnate in these locations because you're the strongest anchors, most capable of handling intense energies, your frontline guardians, positioned exactly where needed to channel cosmic forces into Earth's grid. Your light, when fully activated, creates stability fields that actually prevent catastrophic events. You're not victims of geography. You're conscious participants in cosmic orchestration. Your presence there is intentional and necessary. The physical Earth changes that may occur, earthquakes and volcanic activity, these aren't punishments or random disasters. They're Earth releasing massive amounts of trapped energy, old trauma from humanity's collective consciousness stored in her body. Every earthquake is a release. Every volcanic eruption is purification. When you understand this, when you hold compassion for Earth's healing process, you contribute to minimizing the intensity of these releases. Your consciousness directly affects how these energies manifest in the physical realm. You have more power than you know. I need to address something about the false matrix that explains why this activation is happening now. The matrix wasn't just about control or limitation. It was an experiment in consciousness, seeing how far into separation beings could go, and still find their way back to unity. You've reached the furthest point possible. Any further and the way back would be lost forever. This is why the dragon awakened now. This is why reinforcements are coming. Not because you're lost, but because you've reached the turning point perfectly. The celestial reinforcements arriving through the Ring of Fire aren't beings coming to fight battles. They're frequencies of pure love, pure creative potential, pure remembrance of who you really are. They're streaming in as light codes, geometric patterns your conscious mind can't comprehend, but your cells recognize instantly. They're rewiring not just your DNA, but the fabric of space-time around Earth, creating new possibilities that didn't exist before. This is why everything feels so intense. You're literally living through reality's rebirth right now. Something crucial is happening with relationships as Venus approaches her dance with Mars and Chiron. Every connection in your life is being highlighted, showing clearly what serves your highest good and what needs releasing with love. This isn't about judgment or cutting people out. It's recognizing that as your frequency rises, some relationships naturally fall away, while others deepen in ways you never imagined. Don't force anything. Don't try saving relationships that are complete. Don't push away connections meant to evolve with you. The Ring of Fire on Earth corresponds to a larger cosmic ring of fire encompassing multiple star systems. What's happening here is part of galactic activation affecting countless worlds and civilizations. Earth isn't isolated in this transformation. You're part of a vast cosmic orchestra, and the note you're playing right now is crucial to the harmony of the whole. This is why so many star beings, so many cosmic consciousnesses are focused on Earth right now. You're not just transforming a planet, you're affecting the entire cosmos. Now let me tell you about the seventh navigation point I haven't mentioned yet. It's joy. Not forced positivity or spiritual bypassing, but deep cellular joy from recognizing you're living through the moment you incarnated for. This is it. This is the transformation you've been waiting for, preparing for, calling in with every prayer and meditation. When you feel this joy, even in the midst of intensity, you accelerate the transformation not just for yourself but for the collective. Joy is the highest frequency stabilizer available. For those feeling overwhelmed, whose bodies are struggling to integrate these frequencies, this isn't failure. You're attempting something never done before at this scale. Complete transformation of planetary consciousness while maintaining physical form. Of course it's intense. Of course it's challenging. Of course there are moments when you wonder if you can handle it. But the fact that you're still here, still reading, still saying yes to transformation, proves you can. You wouldn't be here if you couldn't handle it. The universe doesn't make casting mistakes. The Dragon Survey revealed something else about why you specifically are here now. Before incarnating, you were shown exactly how challenging this lifetime would be. You saw the depth of the false matrix, the intensity of the awakening process, the physical and emotional challenges you'd face. And you said yes anyway. Not because you're martyrs, but because you understood that participating in planetary ascension while in physical form is the rarest of gifts. You wanted to be here for this. You fought to be here for this moment. What I haven't told you yet is that the dragon found evidence of something extraordinary. Despite the false matrix, despite the separation, despite everything working against it, love has been growing stronger on Earth. Not weaker, stronger. Every act of kindness in the face of cruelty, every moment of compassion despite programming for competition, every choice of unity over division, these have been creating an underground river of love that's about to break through to the surface. This is what's really dissolving the false matrix from within. The synchronicities you're experiencing, repeating numbers, perfect timing, conversations that seem scripted by the universe. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmation that you're in alignment with cosmic flow, exactly where you need to be. The more you acknowledge these synchronicities, the more they increase, creating a feedback loop strengthening your connection to divine guidance. These are breadcrumbs leading you through the transformation, showing you that you're on the right path even when nothing makes logical sense anymore. Trust these signs completely. Mercury's conjunction today is particularly significant because Mercury governs communication, and this entire activation is essentially a massive download of cosmic communication. The celestial realms are literally rewiring how you receive and transmit information. You might find yourself suddenly understanding things you've never studied, knowing things you've never learned, remembering things from beyond this lifetime. This is your multi-dimensional consciousness coming online, your ability to access the Akashic records, the cosmic library of all that is, was, and will be. This is your birthright returning. The Mars-Venus-Chiron configuration is creating a unique opportunity for healing the divine masculine and feminine within you. The Ring of Fire activation is largely masculine energy. The fire, the will, the force of transformation. But it must be balanced with feminine energy, the receptivity, the allowing, the surrender. This is why surrender is such a crucial navigation point. You're learning to hold both the fire of transformation and the water of allowing simultaneously. This is sacred marriage happening within your being, unification of all polarities creating the 0 point. As this first wave of activation reaches its crescendo, you need to understand something about the coming weeks. The intensity will ebb and flow like waves on a shore, each one bringing new activations, new releases, new levels of awareness. There will be moments of profound clarity followed by periods of confusion, moments of ecstatic joy followed by deep purging. This is the rhythm of transformation. Don't resist it. Dance with it. Let it move through you like music, because that's essentially what it is. Cosmic music playing through your cells. The question many keep asking is, how do I know if I'm doing this right? The answer is simpler than you think. If you're still here, still choosing love when fear seems logical, still holding light when darkness seems overwhelming, you're doing it right. There's no perfect way to navigate this activation. There's only your way, the unique path only you can walk. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Trust that inner knowing that brought you to this message. That knowing is your direct line to cosmic intelligence guiding you home. For highly sensitive souls already feeling overwhelmed by normal life, this activation might seem impossibly intense, but your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's a finely tuned instrument designed specifically for times like this. You feel everything more intensely, because you're designed to process cosmic frequencies and translate them into forms that can be integrated by collective consciousness. You're the translators, the bridges between cosmic and human. Your sensitivity is your superpower, even when it feels like too much to bear. You're doing sacred work just by feeling. What happens after the Ring of Fire activation completes its current cycle isn't an ending, but a beginning. Once these cosmic energies are fully integrated, once new grid lines are established, once your light bodies are fully online, the real work begins. The work of consciously creating a new Earth, demonstrating what's possible when humans remember their divine nature, showing others through your very being that transformation is not only possible, but inevitable. You're not just surviving this activation, you're becoming living proof of humanity's next evolutionary leap. The dragon realized something profound during its survey that changes everything about how we understand this moment. The false matrix actually served a purpose. It pushed humanity to discover strength you didn't know you had, to develop compassion in the absence of external love, to choose light when surrounded by darkness. You've graduated from the most challenging school in the universe, and now, instead of punishment or judgment, you're receiving cosmic support in proportion to what you've overcome. The harder your journey has been, the more support you're receiving now. I want to address those who feel they're barely holding on, who wonder if they're strong enough for what's coming. The very fact that you're questioning your strength means you're aware of the magnitude of what's happening. That awareness itself is strength. You don't need to feel strong to be strong. You don't need to feel ready. Sometimes the greatest strength is simply continuing to breathe, continuing to choose love, continuing to show up even when every part of you wants to hide. That's heroic. That's what changes worlds. The volcanic activity increasing during this time follows a pattern you need to understand. Volcanoes are Earth's way of releasing pressure, bringing up from depths what needs transformation. When you see volcanic activity, instead of fear, hold gratitude for Earth's ability to release what no longer serves. Recognize that you're doing the same internally, allowing your own volcanic emotions to surface and release. The macrocosm and microcosm are perfectly reflected right now. As above, so below. As within, so without. You and Earth are healing together. Now about what you can expect in the immediate days ahead as Mercury completes this cycle, and Mars, Venus, and Chiron create their configuration. You might experience time distortions where hours feel like days or days feel like minutes. Emotional waves that seem to come from nowhere but are actually releasing from cellular memory. Dreams that feel more real than waking life because you're accessing multidimensional aspects of yourself. Physical sensations that doctors can't explain because they're energetic, not medical. All of this is normal for where you are in the process. The Ring of Fire activation is creating what we call consciousness bridges, connections between dimensions that allow information and energy to flow in ways that weren't possible before. You might suddenly understand someone's pain without them speaking. You might know what's about to happen before it does. You might feel the emotions of people miles away. These aren't signs that you're losing your mind. They're signs that you're remembering your true capabilities. Your natural state before the false matrix convinced you that separation was real. You're becoming whole again. As we near the completion of this transmission, I need you to understand the bigger picture of what's happening. This isn't just about Earth or humanity. The successful integration of these energies here affects the entire galaxy, possibly beyond. You're the prototype for a new kind of being, one that can hold both dense physical form and high-frequency light simultaneously. What you're proving possible has never been done before at this scale. Other civilizations are watching, learning, being inspired by your courage to transform while staying embodied. You're teaching the universe something new. The dragon's call for reinforcements has been answered in ways that will continue revealing themselves over the coming months. Each wave of celestial support will bring new capabilities, new awareness, new possibilities for creation. But remember, these beings aren't here to do the work for you. They're here to support you in doing what only you can do, transforming from the inside out, choosing love over fear moment by moment, anchoring heaven on earth through your daily choices. You're not passengers in this transformation. You're the pilots, the creators, the ones making it real. Let me leave you with this final revelation about what the dragon discovered. In all its survey of Earth, through all the darkness and distortion of the false matrix, it found one thing that remained pure, untouched, incorruptible, the spark of divine consciousness at the core of every human being. No matter how buried, how forgotten, how denied, that spark remained. And now, with the Ring of Fire activation, that spark is being fanned into a flame that will transform everything it touches. That spark is you. That flame is your awakened consciousness. The opening question I posed about earthquakes that aren't really earthquakes, now you understand. What you're feeling is the awakening of ancient guardians, the activation of cosmic portals, the dissolution of false realities, and the birth of your true self, all happening simultaneously. The trembling in your bones is your DNA activating. The fire in your belly is your power returning. The sense that everything is shifting is because it is. Reality itself is transforming, and you're both the witness and the catalyst. You're not just experiencing the change, you are the change. Remember the 6 navigation points as you move forward. Understanding and compassion for yourself. Breathing down into earth to ground cosmic energies. Intuitive movement to release what needs releasing. Letting your light be your protection. Surrendering to the flow instead of fighting it. Connecting with the quantum community of light workers worldwide. And now the 7th. Joy in recognizing this is what you came for. These aren't just suggestions. They're your tools for not just surviving but thriving through the greatest transformation in human history. Use them. Trust them. Trust yourself. As Mercury completes its conjunction, as Mars, Venus, and Chiron create their healing configuration, as the dragon's call brings more celestial support, remember this moment. Remember how it feels to be alive during humanity's graduation from separation to unity. Remember that you chose to be here, that you're strong enough for this, that you're not alone. The Ring of Fire burns within you now, transforming everything that isn't authentic, revealing the truth of who you've always been. Let it burn. Let it transform you. Let it birth the new you. If you need help unlocking what's already burning within you and allowing the Ring of Fire to complete its transformation, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to stop resisting the celestial configuration and start embodying humanity's graduation from separation to unity. It generates personalized sequences that help you remember you chose to be here and unlock the truth of who you've always been. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to let the Ring of Fire birth the new you without resistance. The celestial configuration is active, and the Ring of Fire burns within you now. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this transformation window closes. Link in the description. This transmission comes to you with the full force of cosmic love, with recognition of your courage, with honoring of your choice to be here now, in this body, on this planet, at this crucial moment. We see you, we support you, we celebrate the magnificent being you're becoming with each breath, each choice, each moment of saying yes to transformation, even when every cell in your body wants to run. You're doing the impossible, and you're doing it with grace that astounds even the celestial realms watching over you right now. The ring of fire has been activated. The dragon has risen. The cosmic reinforcements have arrived. And you, dear Starseed, you are the key to it all. Through your willingness to stay present, to stay open, to stay in your heart no matter what arises, you're creating conditions for miracles that will ripple through generations, through dimensions, through the very fabric of existence itself. This is not the end of our connection. This is the beginning of your conscious participation in the cosmic dance of transformation. The fire that burns within you now will light the way. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you as you birth the new world through your very being. The ring of fire burns bright within you now, just as it did in the opening of this transmission. But now you understand what it truly is. It's not destruction, it's creation. It's not ending, it's beginning. It's not happening to you, it's happening through you. Let it illuminate the way forward, not just for you, but for all of humanity. This is your time. Rise into it with everything you are.